Guys, I've been quoting our next guest, his wisdom in investment since, 2000 when I first started getting published. I just quoted it again this week in my Revolution newsletter, revolutionnewsletter.com. It's
He's the best. He's the best.
The one and only Jim Rogers, our friend, mentor. You guys name it here at Happy Hour. We love him to death. Hi, Jim. How you doing?
Cody, I'm delighted to be here. Sandra, nice to see you again.
Hey, Jim.
Jim, start us off. You know what? Let's sort of talk about the markets. I know you've been very bearish and distraught about what's going on with the TARP bailout, the auto bailouts. What are you looking at right now, and are you freaking out or what?
Well, I hope you're distressed, too. America's distressed. Well, I'm not so bearish on the American stock market. I've covered most of my shorts in America in October, and I don't think the bear market is over, but I've been covering and hoping for a rally. I bought more commodities. I bought more China, more Taiwan. But I am very distressed by what they're doing in Washington. With longer term, it's destroying the currency. It's destroying interest. The bond market is going to make very high inflation.
Jim, I was going to ask you, because I saw something printed the other day in a publication saying that you were getting rid of all of your U.S. dollar-denominated assets. And I went to Cody and I said, do you think he's selling commodities? And Jim, you and I have been talking commodities forever. I wouldn't believe it if I heard you say it. You're no commodity selling here, huh?
No. I have been buying commodities. When I would just say I'm getting rid of my U.S. dollars. U.S. dollar has been having a big rally, Sandra, as you know, because everybody's being forced to cover their shorts. Everybody's having to reverse their positions, which means they cover their shorts. The dollar's been going up artificially, and I have been and plan to use this rally to get out of all of my dollars. But buying commodities is a way to get out of dollars.
There you go. That's exactly what I told her. So, Jim, actually, the next question I've got, it's all about the slow money here on Happy Hour. You're all about the slow money. Do you even pay attention to these near-term nuances? And if not, then what is the advice to, say, my mom at home who's going to be retiring in 5 years and needs to be pulling on her 401k for the next 10 to 20 years?
Well, what I try to do is I try to buy when things are cheap and where I see major changes coming through, and then I don't pay too much attention to what's going on with short-term moves in the market. I could care less. I usually don't even know, because if I'm right, I want to own things for 10, 20, 30 years. That's my plan, and that's how I invest. Always have.
It's all about the 3,000 days, not the 300 days.
And Jim Rogers, with you here, how can we not ask you, with things not passing last night in the Senate with this auto bailout, and then we hear from the Treasury says it's going to do something today. The market sort of rallied or turned around on that. What is your reaction to all of this? What's going to happen?
And then it is horrible economics to take money from competent people to give to incompetent people. Is terrible, terrible economics. The way the system is supposed to work, when things go bad, the people who saw it coming and were keeping their powder dry, the competent people take over the assets from the incompetent people and start over from a stronger base. What America's doing now is taking the assets from the competent people, giving them to the incompetent people, and saying, okay, now incompetents compete with the competent people. It is horrible economics. It weakens the whole system, and it is terrible, terrible morale.
Jim, we're running out of time. Bottom line, would you be a buyer in this country if we get some contract law back involved here? If we actually, say, prosecute guys who lied about their balance sheets, Vikram Pandit and John Thain, or, and actually allow people to take their losses if they have them? How about it, Jim?
If we let people go bankrupt, yes, Cody, if we let people go bankrupt, of course. Otherwise, we're going to make the mistakes the Japanese did in the 90s, and we're going to have a lost decade like America in the 1970s or Japan in the 1990s.
Something positive. Leave us off with something positive.
Come on, it's Christmas time, Jim.
Buy commodities. Commodities have improved fundamentals. Everything else has impaired fundamentals.
Jim, what about this from a thought process? And just 30 seconds left. I've been saying you go long the gold. I'm not sure I want to be short oil anymore, but you want to be short the commodities that are utilized and used, and long the things that store value like gold and silver. What do you think of that logic?
I bought oil last week, Cody. It was down 25%. When you have a selling climax like that, usually you should buy and you'll make money.
In long term, too, you'll stick with the oil?
Oh, yeah. I plan to own the oil for another 10, 15 years.
Jim Rogers, nobody's better than you. Thank you so much for joining us on Happy Hour tonight. Guys, a big interest rate decision next week. Keep tuning into Fox Business. Cody?
Support your local business. Go rescue a dog.